when you may think of this movie as being some kind of weird-ass name, it is also contained as one of the most recognizable movies in the history of Chipmunksalive, only just 1 year of being released. And despite how many views it got in its first 7 months, it is still one of the most iconic movies ever today. And go check out the movie in the link in the description below. And today we're going to be looking at the top 5 most iconic and best moments of the entire movie. Please hit that subscribe button for more content and long-form, short-form content. And let's deep into the top 5 best movies of all time. Number 5 is a little bit of a more general overview of the relationships between everyone in the movie. The relationships between everyone in this movie was pretty good at first. Let's say for example Bernard, who is a loving, caring guy at the beginning, and then as the movie goes on he starts cursing and turning up against his friends, like some sort of angry turnaround. And the same shit is done for Sonic, where he turns to one of his friends and he wants to kill them, as you're about to see in the last part of the movie. In the Indiana Jones bridge scene after they fall off the bridge, Sonic gets angry with Bernard that he broke the bridge. They didn't even know that he did it at first, until one of the Halo guys recognized that he broke the bridge actually with a knife, and they actually died. The two worst characters in this movie are Sonic, because Sonic is rude and disrespectful. Bernard was a complainer and constantly gets into fights with people and constantly disrespects them no matter what. And Tails, on the other hand, fell in the exact same space as them, despite being literally one of the best frontrunners in the original part of the film, as they go from a consistent performer to turning into a completely bad character and making the viewers sick, that the feeling that one of them is actually gonna die soon. Because normally when a character turns bad, it looks like they're not gonna be a part of the family anymore of some sort. There's exactly what Tails and Sonic's relationship goes in the later parts of the movie, especially with Lloyd and Bernard and the other Halo characters like Fireball and Flame, where they constantly turn on each other later on in the movie, as you're about to see here. In one of the scenes, it shows them leaving home and going off to the Great Aussie Bush Camp, which honestly, it does really prevent them from going on social media and electronics or not what, but it also prevents them from going on social media all the time, and it was kind of a bit of a new thing to get them out of the house. For example, Sonic didn't really like the idea, and Tails said they had to go, and they had to pack their bags by tomorrow, because as in the previous scene they were arguing. However, they started to realize that they actually loved what they were doing, and they actually started to like nature. As you're about to see in this giant swing scene right here, they're enjoying themselves, while at the same time they're actually screaming, and they're about to scream. The intro sequence shown in the beginning was actually took me a lot of time to put together, because I had a lot of storage in my phone at the time, and I didn't really have enough time to make it since I was on a camp at the time. Also, this was also really creative because it's everything that everyone loves about Sonic CD, the intro and Palm Tree Panic. It was really original at the time, and all of the previous movies never had that, and it does something that the viewer likes, and not really something that anyone likes, to be honest. But it is still a really cool opening, and it also slowed down a little bit, and there were a couple voice effects then and there. Although some voice effects were pretty gay at first, it did really weird, and I'm pretty sure that people really liked it. I wish people reacted to this, just saying. But it also gives a cool general overview of how this movie's gonna end up, who the front runners are, who are the cool people are, of who is gonna stand out in this movie. Because in the early, we were gonna have Sonic, Bernard, and Tails and Lloyd be the rising stars of this film. Anyways, but let's just go to our number 1, which you probably know right now. If you've watched this movie, you'll probably know what number 1 is right now, and I'm gonna play this song right fucking now.